Hey there, and welcome to my video on how I crocheted this maroon scalloped crop top. If you are new to crocheting, I have a crocheting for beginners video that I will link down below. And once you're ready, come back to this tutorial. I'm using a 5mm hook and maroon yarn from the brand Impeccable. First thing is to create a slip knot. Then chain a chain that's long enough to go from one side of the back of your ribs to the other. And I know that's very hard to explain, so I'm just going to show you. So you're going to chain as many chains as it takes to go from here all across your rib cage all the way to right here. So when you create your chain and put it against yourself, that's where it should go, from here to here. And because everybody is different, there's no specific number of chains that you need to do. Just put it against yourself and make as many chains as you need. So after you've created your long chain, you're going to go back on it using a single crochet. And you're just going to single crochet all the way to the end. And this is what it should look like after you're done with your first row. And every time you reach the end, you're simply going to do this. You're going to chain one, flip over your project, and then go into that very first stitch, single crochet, and just keep single crocheting all the way to the end and repeating the process until you're satisfied with the length of your project. Now this part is going to be the part that covers your ribs, so if you want it really short, then make this really small, but if you want it to cover all the way down to your belly button, then make this really big. So this is up to you. I made mine big enough to just barely cover my rib cage. So after you're done with that, you're going to start working on the cups. So you're going to figure out where you want your breast part to be, or your cup. And I do this by putting it against myself actually, and then figuring out from which stitch to which stitch do I want to create my cup. And then I fold it in half to make sure that it's even on both sides. So this part I'm going to ignore, and from here to right about here is going to be my cup, or the breast part. So after I've indicated from which stitch to which stitch is going to be my cup, I crochet my way over to where the cleavage is going to be, and then I stop. This is my last stitch, single crochet right here. Then I'm going to chain one and only crochet until the other indicated mark. That's where my cup is going to end. So where my hook is right now, that's where my cleavage is going to be, and then that other stitch that looks bigger than the rest, that's where my cup is going to end. So I'm only going to crochet from here to here, and that is it. Totally ignoring that side and totally ignoring everything after that enlarged stitch. And if you're wondering how I made that stitch larger than the others, all I did was stick my hook in that stitch and kind of pull it up. So now I'm just single crocheting to that stitch that I marked by pulling it up and making it bigger than the rest. And then once I reach the end, I'm going to chain one, go back and single crochet yet again. And when you look at it, you could already see that it's starting to stick out against the rest of the project, and that's exactly what you want. So just continue with this, single crocheting back and forth until you put it against yourself and the cup portion covers half of your breast. And after it covers half of your breast, you're going to start doing something different. So at the end, you single crochet in the first stitch like normal, but then you're going to skip over that second stitch and go straight into the third stitch. So now at the end of each row, you're going to start skipping a stitch. So remember, once you reach the end, you're going to single crochet into that first stitch like normal, then skip a stitch, go into that third stitch, and then single crochet like normal for the rest of the row. And then once you reach the end, then you're just going to repeat it, and what that's going to do is start making a cup shape and also a triangular shape. It's going to start getting smaller and smaller until you're left with about 3 or 4 stitches, and then you could decide that you want to stop there, or you can keep going until there's only 1 stitch left. Right here, I believe I left 3 stitches, and I decided to just finish it right here. So I'm done with my cup. And now it's time to do the second one. And to do the second one, you basically do the exact same thing that you did for the first one. What I like to do, instead of cutting off the yarn and then reattaching it, is I like to crochet from the top all the way down to the cleavage area and then to the point where I want to make my second cup. And to make sure that the cups are going to be even, I simply fold my project in half and create indicators from which stitch to which stitch I'm going to make my second cup. So right here, I'm simply single crocheting my way down to the cleavage area, and then I'm going to single crochet my way down to where my second cup is going to be, and then I'm going to create my second cup, and after I do that, then it's time to make the straps. And this is what it looks like before the straps, just so you know how it looks like when you make your second cup. So, to make the strap is really simple. Just go to the top of your cup and create a chain of about 50. And then after you're done, just go to your second cup and do the exact same thing. I actually forgot to film it, but it's going to be the exact same steps as I'm doing right now for the side straps. So for the side straps, I'm taking the yarn that's still attached to the yarn ball and bringing it through the end stitch with my hook. Then I'm going to create a double knot, just to make sure that it's nice and secure. And after I've done the double knot, I create a slip knot, then stick my hook through, create a single crochet into that same stitch that I attached the yarn. Then I create a chain of 110, and after 110 chains, I either cut off or bite off, like I am right now, the yarn that's attached to the yarn ball. Then I close it off doing this. Then I give it a tug. And that's how I create a strap. So with this strap, I went all the way across the garment and figured out where the middle stitch was by folding the garment in half, sticking my hook through, and then pulling the strap through that middle stitch. And after that, I went across the top again and went to the top of the side and did the exact same thing, just pulled it through. And after that, I was finished with one half of the corset-like straps, and all I had to do was go to the other side and do the exact same thing, attach it here, and I was done. So you can of course leave it like this, or you can decide to add scallops, which is actually really easy, and I think it gives it just a bit more of an adorable detail to the top. So after I was done with this, I attached the yarn to the bottom of the top and then created some scallops. And if you don't know how to create scallops, I have a video tutorial on how to crochet scallops that I will link in the description box below. But basically what you do from the edge is skip 2 stitches, and then that third stitch you're going to create 5 double crochets in one stitch. And then after you're done with your 5th double crochet in the same stitch, then you're going to skip a stitch, then slip stitch into the next 2 stitches, skip a stitch, and then create 5 double crochets in the same stitch again, and then you just repeat the process. And after you're finished creating all your scallops along the bottom of your top, make sure that you created the neck straps at the very top of the cups, and after that you are done! You have created this maroon scalloped crochet top. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy crochet tutorials, please hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a big thumbs up. I would also really appreciate if you would share this video on other social media sites and with your friends and family. Thank you for supporting me and leaving such nice comments. Have a wonderful day, have fun crocheting, and I'll see you next time. Bye!